What is up, you guys? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am MLB Chatterbox. My name is Christian Corey. Welcome back to another video. Francisco Lindor could be extended by the Mets to stay in New York. And again, I'm not making this up. There's been rumors about it, articles about it. So we're going to talk about it today. And what are the chances of Lindor staying in New York and possibly setting records for the amount of money he could get. So, without further ado, let's get into it. Alrighty, guys. So, you know that Francisco Lindor came over in the trade with Carlos Carrasco from Cleveland, the Indians, over to the Mets this offseason. The big acquisition for the Mets, Stephen A. Cohen, the millionaire, the billionaire. He's going to spend the money, and that was his whole campaign type of thing, if you want to go there. His whole campaign for this season, in this offseason, where they're going to spend money. They're going to win. They're going to spend money. And Lindor came via trade, oddly enough. And, since that trade, they haven't spent a lot of money, honestly. If you think about it, they've overpaid, in my eyes, for a guy like McCann. They tried to get JT Realmuto. McCann was a second option. I think they overpaid for McCann, personally. But we're not talking about that. We're going to talk about Francisco Lindor. And I believe that this potential of Francisco Lindor getting locked up by the Mets will be a telltale sign in whether this offseason was successful for the Mets. Now, again, it's been a good offseason. They got Francisco Lindor, one of the best shortstops in the game, arguably the best. They got their Derek Jeter. It's a big market. They want to play with the Yankees, when it comes to spending and getting talent via spending and wheeling and dealing, in this case, via trades. So they're trying to get their Derek Jeter for the future, and Lindor's a great guy to do it, no doubt about it. But the problem is that he got 1 year left. He's getting paid $22 million in the final year of his contract. That means he could walk in 2021 and 22 offseason. That means he could leave New York, and if that happens, that would be a truly big disappointment. Not a failure because they got him, but a truly big disappointment if they do not lock up Francisco Lindor. Respect for Carlos Carrasco, all due respect, but guess what? Lindor was a diamond in the deal. That's why you made this deal, was to get Francisco Lindor. You got, Cookie Carrasco, to help, stabilize that rotation. But again, that's not why you made the deal. You made the deal for Francisco Lindor, Mr. Smile. He will have $1 million smile. Hundreds of millions of dollars smile. He already has $1 million smile, but he could have hundreds of millions of dollars in a smile. He'd be smiling all the time if he gets this deal. So my point is that I believe that the Mets need to lock up and extend Francisco Lindor for the long term. Will they do it this offseason? Yes. When do they need to do it? Right now. They cannot wait until the season starts. When the season starts, that's a bad time to do it. You have to do it now when the games don't matter in spring training. That's the way it's going nowadays. Fernando Tatis Jr. got locked up right before spring training, really when spring training started. So the same thing's going to happen with Lindor. And will he get a bigger deal than Fernando Tatis Jr.? Maybe. We'll see. Now, let's look at the numbers. Comparisons between Fernando Tatis Jr. and Francisco Lindor, the top probably two shortstops in the game of baseball here today. Francisco Lindor, 2019 stats, all-star season, great. Played in 143 games, great. 25 years old, by the way, then. 32 home runs, beautiful. 74 RBIs, awesome. 46 walks, good. Slugging percentage, .518, over 500. OPS, .854, and his WAR, which I like WAR now, was 5.0, flat, 5.0. So he had a 5.0 WAR in 2019 All-Star season with the Indians. Now, over to Fernando Tatis Jr. In 2019 rookie season with the Padres, he played in 84 games. He had 53 RBIs, 22 home runs, a .590 slugging percentage, a .317 batting average, and his WAR was 4.1. You can see their stats. They're pretty comparable. So the point is, Why am I comparing these two guys? Well, because they're pretty darn similar, and I think they're going to get the exact same contract. Not the exact same. Maybe Francisco Lindor will beat Fernando Tatis Jr. in the contract when it comes to the numbers. Maybe not the years, though, but the numbers he'll beat him, but not the years. Let's remind you that Fernando Tatis Jr. this season inked a 14-year deal worth $340 million. Extension, just like Lindor's will be, from the Padres. Really, second season in the league. He's only 22 years old. He's a shortstop. It's great. It was, an extension during spring training. All these deals, I think, will go down before they break for the North and before teams break camp throughout all of baseball. And I think it's going to be the same case in Francisco Lindor's case. Bryce Harper's was about 13 years, $330 million. So, he got $10 million extra for an extra year, being Fernando Tatis Jr. So that's interesting. So I believe that Francisco Lindor will beat that number, but not the years. His years will be lower than Tatis's and lower than Bryce Harper's 13-year deal. I think the Mets will give him a 12-year deal worth $355 million. That's my prediction. 12 years, $355 million. I think Francisco Lindor will have a deal that exceeds Fernando Tatis Jr. and Bryce Harper's money, but will not exceed the years in those contracts. He's going to have a 12-year deal, $355 million. The reason why I say that is because this. I do not think they want to lock up Francisco Lindor for 14, 15 years. I just don't think they want to do that. Again, he's a couple years older than Fernando Tatis Jr. And he'll be about 27 years old at the end of the season. So I think just because of his age, they do not want to go that, 14, 13-year deal. I honestly do think that. Why? Two factors why. One, because this 12-year deal, $355 million, will have no club options, no opt-outs, nothing. No options at all, no opt-outs, no player options, no club options, maybe deferred money. But other than that, he will be locked up for good in New York. That's what I believe. Because the luxury of him being there 12 years is that he gets to stay there for 12 years. For the full 12 years. And he's going to get locked up for good in New York for 12 years. That's what I think will take it over the top when it comes to the Mets side of value. Because again, lesser years, but you're locking him up. No trade clause, no options, no player options, no club options. So he ain't going nowhere for the next 12 years. So what? You pay him extra $15 million. So what? You're the Mets, right? And the other reason why I think that will happen is because Stephen A. Cohen wants to live up to the hype that he created this offseason. I mean, he didn't really sign anybody, honestly, if you think about it. Cespedes is gone. Yeah, they signed McCann. Whoop-de-doo. They made a trade for Lindor and Cookie, but it's not a deal. It's not spending money. We're not on a spending spree like we all thought they were going to be. And I think Francisco Lindor will give him the best chance to fulfill that promise to the fan base. I think he's going to do it because it's Stephen A. Cohen. He's a billionaire. He doesn't care. He's not in debt. They haven't lost any money. They probably gained money. I'm sure their salary went up when it comes to the payroll in 2021. So I think the way to fulfill that promise for this year is that he needs to lock up Lindor for a 12-year deal, $355 million. Call me crazy, but it ain't my money. And that's what I think is gonna take him to get it done. Because Lindor wants to beat Tatis. It's just the way the market's gonna go. He's not gonna say, yeah, give me an extra, $15, $10, $20 million less because I'm older. He's gonna say, no. You're the Mets, you're the big bad Mets, you got the billionaire owner who's, bleeding money in a good way. And give me my money. Like, you've been talking about it, you got me, do you really want me? That's the way Francisco Lindor will look at it. Call me crazy? I don't know. Alrighty guys, hope you enjoyed this video. Leave a like on the video. comment on the video. Comment down below your thoughts on if this could happen. Will Lindor beat Fernando Tatis Jr. $340 million with a $355 million deal for 2 years less at 12? Alrighty, guys. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll catch you later.